In this video, I'd like to show how to restore an older version of a backup, or how to restore an older version of a file from your backup. In this case, I've got a CCC backup task that's been backing up my photos volume to my photos backup volume. We can see, based upon the badge on the destination selector here, that CCC snapshot support is enabled for this destination volume. So every time CCC runs a backup task, it creates a snapshot on that destination volume. Each snapshot captures the state of the volume at that specific point in time. So if I ever wanted to restore back to that exact state, I can restore from one of those snapshots. If we click on that icon, we can choose Manage Snapshots on the backup volume, and that selects the volume in CCC sidebar, and it will show all of the snapshots that are currently present on that volume and also show the CCC snapshot settings. If I wanted to restore any of those snapshots, I can simply select the snapshot and then click the Restore button. CCC will create a new restore task, select that snapshot as the source, select the original source volume as the destination, and then I can just click Start to go ahead and run that task and restore that backup. I'm usually more conservative with restore tasks, though. I like to click the Preview button to see what changes CCC is going to make to that volume before actually committing to it. When we click the Preview button, CCC will proceed in a dry run and then present the task audit at the end of the task, showing what changes would have been made. In this case, I can see those files that I accidentally deleted, those are going to get restored to the original source. So I'm going to go ahead and click Start and proceed with that. But this would certainly be an opportunity to make changes to the task configuration, supposing that I didn't want to restore that 2021 folder. I could exclude that from the backup task. And now we see we're just going to restore the 2022 folder. Click Start, and now the files have been restored. Another common restore configuration is, suppose I have a specific file and I want to restore an older version of that file. So I've got this file, important document, here on my desktop, and I want to configure CCC to restore an older version of that file. We'll open up CCC, click the Restore button in the toolbar, and then I'm going to choose my desktop folder on my backup disk as the source to the task, because that's where that file is on the backup. And then I'm going to choose my current desktop folder on the startup disk as the destination to this task. Now, to see the older versions of that file, I'll click on Task Filter, and we can use the CCC Snapshot Navigator to see what that file looked like at various points in time. So I'm going to select that file here and then click on Preview, and now we can see exactly what that file looked like at each point in time as we navigate backwards. And we can see in this case it's just a test file that added the date periodically. But once you've navigated back and you figured out which version of the file you want to restore, you could either right click on the file and choose Restore this file and choose a location to restore it, or we can just click the Done button and then run the backup task. Run the restore task. And now we can see we've got the older version of that file on the desktop. Now, another common scenario is that, suppose I want to restore something from my backup. I know it was on my desktop folder, but for the life of me, I can't remember the name of the item or when it was on the desktop. I sure hope it was in one of those backups, though. So let's go ahead and take a look at CCC's Snapshot Comparison Browser, and we can see a lot more changes that were made over time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select the CCC backup volume in the sidebar, and then I'm going to select at least two, but up to all snapshots, and we can now see a comparison between each snapshot revision to see what changes were made. So we'll select these snapshots, right click, and choose View in Comparison Browser. Now I'm going to drill down to my desktop folder, Users, Apple, Desktop, and there it is. It's that screenshot file. And we can see here it sits in this snapshot right here. Now if I want to restore this file, I can simply right click and choose Restore this file and restore that to my desktop. Easy peasy. The file was restored right there in the comparison browser. We can also see other revisions of documents. So in this case, we can see that important document that I restored just a moment ago had multiple different versions, and these are all the points in time where that file had been modified. And we can go ahead and click the preview button here, and again we can see how that file looked at all of these various points in time just by selecting each revision. Click the link below for more videos on how to restore content from your CCC backup. And remember, if you ever need help restoring content from your CCC backup, we're here to help. Open CCC and choose Ask a Question about CCC, and our support staff will help you get things set up correctly.